Have you ever gone to bed feeling exhausted, only to wake up the next morning still tired, achy, and just not like yourself? Maybe you've even looked in the mirror and thought, where did all that energy from my younger days go? Well, what if I told you there's something simple, something you can drink before bed, that could help you wake up feeling refreshed, revitalized, maybe even 10 years younger by morning? Now, I know what you might be thinking. Another miracle cure? Really? But hear me out. This isn't about some expensive supplement or a complicated routine. It's about going back to basics, giving your body what it truly needs to repair and recharge while you sleep. And the best part? You probably already have most of these ingredients in your kitchen. In this video, we're going to talk about a few powerful natural drinks that can work wonders for your energy, your joints, even your skin, just by sipping them before bed. And we'll also touch on why these drinks work so well, especially for those of us in our 60s, 70s, and beyond. Because let's face it, our bodies don't recover like they used to. But that doesn't mean we can't give them a little extra help. So, let's start with the first drink. One you might already enjoy in the evenings, but with a special twist that makes it even better for you. Warm golden milk. If you've ever had a cup of warm milk before bed, you know how soothing it can be. But when we add just a few extra ingredients, it becomes something even more powerful: golden milk. Now, this isn't some new trendy drink. It's actually been used for thousands of years in places like India, where they know a thing or two about natural remedies. The star ingredient here is turmeric. You might know it as that yellow spice in curry, but it's packed with something called curcumin, a natural anti-inflammatory that helps ease joint pain, supports digestion, and even helps your brain stay sharp. And when you combine it with warm milk, or a dairy-free alternative like almond or coconut milk, a little honey, and a pinch of black pepper, which helps your body absorb the turmeric better, you've got a drink that doesn't just help you relax, it helps your body heal while you sleep. Now, if you're not a fan of milk, don't worry. You can make a simple turmeric tea with hot water, lemon, and honey. The key is to have it warm, because that helps your body wind down naturally. And speaking of winding down, let's talk about another drink that's perfect for a peaceful night's rest: tart cherry juice. This one might surprise you, but tart cherry juice has been shown in studies to help with sleep, especially for people who struggle to stay asleep through the night. That's because it's naturally high in melatonin, the hormone that regulates our sleep cycles. As we get older, our bodies don't always produce enough melatonin on their own, which is why so many of us wake up at 3 a.m. and can't get back to sleep. But here's the thing, you don't need a lot. Just a small glass, about 4 to 6 ounces, of unsweetened tart cherry juice about an hour before bed can make a real difference. And the benefits don't stop at better sleep. Cherries are also packed with antioxidants that help fight inflammation, which means less stiffness when you wake up. Now, if tart cherry juice is too sour for your taste, you can mix it with a little water or even a splash of apple juice. The important part is making it a habit, because like so many things, the real magic happens when you do it consistently. And speaking of consistency, let's talk about one more drink before we move on. One that's so simple, you might not believe how powerful it is. Warm lemon water with honey. I know. Lemon water is usually a morning drink, right? But having it at night can actually be even more beneficial. Warm lemon water helps your liver detoxify while you sleep. And the honey, especially raw, local honey, soothes your throat, supports your immune system, and can even help stabilize your blood sugar overnight. Plus, if you've ever dealt with that frustrating middle-of-the-night trip to the bathroom, this drink can help with that too. Unlike caffeine or alcohol, which can dehydrate you, warm lemon water is gentle and hydrating. So you're less likely to wake up parched or needing to rush to the bathroom. Now, these are just the first few drinks we're covering today, but they're a great place to start. Because here's the truth. Small changes, like what you sip before bed, can add up to big differences in how you feel. And the best part? None of this is complicated or expensive. It's just about working with your body, not against it. So, try one of these tonight. Maybe golden milk if your joints need some love, or tart cherry juice if sleep's been hard to come by. And in the next part, we'll talk about a couple more powerful bedtime drinks, including one that helps with digestion, something so many of us struggle with as we get older. Because here's the thing, you deserve to wake up feeling good, and sometimes the simplest habits make all the difference. So why not give one of these a try tonight? Your tomorrow morning self might just thank you for it. You know, there's something truly special about those quiet moments right before bed, when the house is still, the day's worries start to fade, and you finally get to just breathe. It's in those moments that a simple, nourishing drink can do more than just relax you. It can set the stage for a night of deep, restorative sleep, and a morning where you wake up feeling lighter, brighter, and more like you again. In the last part, we talked about golden milk, tart cherry juice, and warm lemon water. 3 fantastic options to help you sleep better, ease stiffness, and wake up refreshed. But today, I want to share a couple more drinks that are especially helpful if you've ever gone to bed feeling too full or woken up with that uncomfortable bloating so many of us deal with as we get older. Because let's be honest, digestion isn't what it used to be, and what we drink at night can make a world of difference. So, let's start with one of my personal favorites. A drink that's been used for centuries to soothe the stomach and calm the mind. Peppermint tea with a twist. Now, peppermint tea on its own is wonderful. It's naturally caffeine-free. It helps relax the muscles in your digestive tract, and it can even ease that annoying bloating that seems to creep up after dinner. But if we add just one extra ingredient, it becomes even more powerful. And that ingredient is ginger. Fresh ginger has been used for thousands of years to settle upset stomachs, reduce inflammation, and even speed up digestion. So, when you combine it with peppermint, you've got a drink that not only helps your body process food more efficiently, but also helps you drift off to sleep without that heavy, uncomfortable feeling. Here's how I like to make it. Steep a peppermint tea bag, or fresh peppermint leaves if you have them, in hot water. Then add a few thin slices of fresh ginger. Let it sit for about 5 minutes, long enough for the ginger to infuse its goodness into the tea. Then sip it slowly about 30 minutes before bed. If you like a little sweetness, a teaspoon of raw honey is perfect. Now, if you've ever dealt with acid reflux or heartburn at night, you might be thinking, wait, isn't peppermint bad for reflux? And you're right. For some people, peppermint can relax the valve between the stomach and esophagus a little too much. If that's you, don't worry. I've got another great option that's just as soothing but even gentler. Chamomile tea with fennel seeds. Chamomile is one of those classic bedtime teas for a reason. It's incredibly calming, helps reduce anxiety, and even has mild sedative properties to encourage deeper sleep. But when we add fennel seeds to it, it becomes a digestion powerhouse. Fennel seeds have been used since ancient times to relieve gas, bloating, and even indigestion. They work by relaxing the digestive tract and helping your body break down food more easily. And the best part? They add a subtle, slightly sweet flavor that pairs beautifully with chamomile. To make it, just steep a chamomile tea bag, or loose flowers, in hot water. Then add about half a teaspoon of crushed fennel seeds. Let it steep for 5 to 7 minutes. Strain if needed, and enjoy. It's like a warm hug for your stomach, perfect for those nights when dinner didn't quite sit right. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, that sounds nice, but what if I need something a little more substantial? Maybe you've had those nights where you wake up hungry or your blood sugar feels a little off. Well, that's where our next drink comes in. Warm almond milk with cinnamon. Almond milk is naturally light and easy to digest, but when you warm it up and add a pinch of cinnamon, it becomes something truly special. Cinnamon helps regulate blood sugar, which can be a game changer if you've ever woken up in the middle of the night feeling restless or unusually hungry. Plus, it's packed with antioxidants and has a naturally sweet, comforting flavor. No added sugar needed. If you want to take it up a notch, you can even add a tiny pinch of nutmeg. Nutmeg has been used in traditional medicine to promote relaxation and even improve sleep quality. Just a little sprinkle is enough. Too much can have the opposite effect, so we're talking literally a pinch. Now, I've saved one of the most powerful drinks for last. One that's especially helpful if you've ever struggled with stiffness, inflammation, or just feeling older than you'd like in the morning. Bone broth. Yes, really. I know, drinking broth before bed might sound a little unusual, but hear me out. Bone broth, whether it's chicken, beef, or even fish, is packed with collagen, gelatin, and amino acids that help repair your joints, improve your skin, and even support your gut health. And because it's so easy to digest, it gives your body the building blocks it needs to heal while you sleep. If you've ever woken up with creaky knees or stiff fingers, sipping a small cup of warm bone broth before bed could make a noticeable difference over time. You can make it at home, simmering bones with a little vinegar for several hours, or find a good quality store-bought version. Just look for one with no added junk. And here's a little tip. If plain broth isn't your thing, try adding a pinch of turmeric or garlic for an extra anti-inflammatory boost. It's like giving your body a nightly tune-up while you rest. Now, I know we've covered a lot today. Peppermint and ginger for digestion, chamomile and fennel for bloating, almond milk for blood sugar, and bone broth for joint support. But here's the thing. You don't have to try them all at once. Pick one that speaks to you, the one that addresses your biggest struggle right now, and give it a try for a few nights. See how you feel. Because the real secret isn't just what you drink. It's the habit of slowing down, being kind to your body, and giving it what it needs to heal. And in the next part, we'll talk about one final drink, one that combines the best of everything we've covered so far, plus a few extra tips to make sure you're getting the most out of these bedtime rituals. So tell me, which of these are you excited to try tonight? Maybe it's the chamomile and fennel for that after-dinner comfort, or the bone broth for those achy joints. Whatever it is, here's to waking up feeling just a little more like you again. You know, there's a saying I've always loved: the best way to predict your future is to create it. And when it comes to how we feel each morning, that couldn't be more true. Those small, quiet choices we make at night, like what we sip before bed, don't just affect our sleep. They shape how we rise, how we move, even how we greet the day. Over the last 2 parts, we've talked about golden milk, tart cherry juice, lemon water, soothing teas, and even bone broth. All simple, natural drinks that can help you wake up feeling lighter, brighter, and years younger. But today, I want to share one last powerhouse drink, one that combines the best of everything we've covered so far. And then, let's talk about how to make these habits stick, because that's where the real magic happens. The ultimate feel younger nighttime elixir. This one's a bit of a recipe, but trust me, it's worth it. Imagine a drink that helps you sleep deeply, supports your joints, and aids digestion, all in one warm mug. Here's how to make it. Start with a cup of unsweetened almond milk or coconut milk for extra creaminess. Warm it gently on the stove. Don't let it boil. Then add a pinch of turmeric for inflammation, a dash of cinnamon for blood sugar balance, a tiny piece of fresh ginger, grated, for digestion, a teaspoon of raw honey for sweetness and immune support, just a sprinkle of black pepper to help your body absorb the turmeric. Let it steep for a few minutes, then strain if needed and sip slowly. It's like a cozy blanket for your whole body, nourishing, comforting, and packed with everything your body needs to repair itself overnight. Now, if that feels like too much effort on a busy night, here's a simpler version. Just warm almond milk with honey and cinnamon. The key is consistency. Even the most powerful drink won't help much if you only have it once. But when you make it a ritual, a little gift to yourself at the end of each day, that's when the real transformation happens. Making it stick, the art of the nighttime ritual. Here's the thing. Our bodies love rhythm. They thrive on gentle, predictable care. So, if you want these drinks to work their magic, pair them with a few simple habits that signal to your brain and body, it's time to rest now. Try this. Set a wind-down time, about 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Switch off the news. We all know how stressful that can be. And choose something calming. Soft music, a book, or just quiet conversation. Keep it warm. There's a reason all these drinks are served warm. Heat relaxes us, much like a hug. Cold drinks can actually make the body tense up slightly. Sip slowly. This isn't about gulping down a remedy. It's about pausing, breathing, and letting your body prepare for rest. Listen to your body. Some nights you might crave the tart cherry juice for sleep. Other nights, the ginger tea for digestion. That's fine. This isn't about rules. It's about tuning in. A few extra tips for maximum impact. If stiffness is your biggest struggle, try pairing your nighttime drink with 5 minutes of gentle stretching before bed. It helps circulation and can make morning movement easier. For deeper sleep, dim the lights earlier in the evening. Our brains start producing melatonin when it's dark, and too much artificial light can interfere. If you wake up to use the bathroom, try having your drink a little earlier, about 60 to 90 minutes before bed, so your body has time to process it. The biggest secret of all, none of this is about turning back the clock. It's about honoring where you are right now and giving your body the support it deserves. You might not wake up feeling literally 25 again. Wouldn't that be something? But you can wake up feeling more like yourself, rested, renewed, and ready to enjoy the day. So, start tonight. Pick one drink that speaks to you. Maybe the golden milk for joints, the chamomile for digestion, or that ultimate elixir for a little of everything. Then, make it your own. Add a dash of love. Sit quietly for a few minutes and know that you're doing something truly powerful. Not just for your body, but for your joy, your vitality, your life. I'd love to hear from you. Which of these drinks are you excited to try? Have you already experimented with some? Maybe you've got your own family recipe for a bedtime tonic. Share it in the comments below. Let's learn from each other. And if this video helped you, do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. There's so much more to share about living well, feeling great, and embracing every age with energy and joy. Until next time, remember this: you don't need expensive potions or complicated routines. Sometimes the simplest things, a warm mug, a deep breath, a quiet moment, are the ones that change everything. Here's to your health, your rest, and waking up each morning feeling wonderfully, vibrantly you. Thanks for your support, my friend. See you in the next video.